Pacelli High School. 4 of the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League. As we got a back and forth game here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. There's a good block by Jaden Ford. We got Central going up against the independent team. One of the members on the independent team is Glenwood's Jadarian Holloway, also known as Swag. Oh, what a nice pass. Jaden Ford for 3 and gets it. Boy, him running the point for the Central Red Devils this year is going to look special, especially with Bryce Dawson and Jacoby Hill. They've got a good team. Swag at the top of the key, being guarded by Jaden Ford. What a matchup. Here comes Micah Thomas. No good. And that's rebounded by Jonah Jones. Up to the almost a dunk by Jacoby Hill. But here comes Jonah Jones driving the paint. And the independent team draws the charge. So I'm here with Chris. We were setting up for this first game. By the way, we will have several other games coming up. We got 2 more games on the slate. Now this is on the schedule, Miami versus Duke. So that is Miami, which is Central, and Duke is the independent team. Coming up is Florida State at Georgia. That's Upson Lee taking on Georgia, which is the Spencer Green Wave. Here's Swag, NBA range 3, and he hits it. Jadarian Holloway, we expect him to do a lot of, there's a jam! Oh, you got to, when you're doing play-by-play for basketball, you got to be quick on your toes, because Jonah Jones, you blink and you miss the action. There's the jumper by Micah Thomas, the senior from Opelika. Here comes Desmond Williams all the way to the rack. And it is 19-14 here in this game. Oh, wide open is Kari Johnson from Opelika. That's going to be rebounded by Jonah Jones. Here comes Bryce Dawson with a jam. And Central leads 21-17 over the independent team, which consists of players from Shaw, Opelika, Eufaula, Sandy Creek, Chapco, and Glenwood. So as we were getting here, Chris and I were setting up. Young Wei Koo hits a 58-yard field goal, and the Falcons beat the Saints 26-24. Wow. I was watching it on my phone. We were getting ready. I was like, and you know, I'm an optimistic. I'm like, when the Saints got that touchdown to go up 24-23 with a minute to go, I'm like, I hope the Falcons don't blow this one. But Young Wei Koo, that kick alone, he just got himself up in the rafters in the Ring of Honor. That is going to be one of those kicks that's going to go down in Falcons history as the kick, as that first foul shot is no good by number 3. That is Annie Hahn from Chatco out of Casita. Hahn makes 1 of 2, and it is 21-18 here in the first game here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. That we've already had 2 games earlier today. We're going to be calling the next 3 for the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League Week 4. As Coach Corey Black, Coach Bryant Thomas does a phenomenal job putting this on. Some of the players to look out for as he's published the 2025 watch list: Bryce Dawson from Central, Micah Thomas from Opelika, Kevin Brown from Spencer, Jalen Bush from Pacelli, Marcellus Miles from Upson Lee, Horace Anthony and Josh Battle from Russell County, Zion Rosegreen from Carver, Desmond Williams from Central, Carmelo Williams from Upson Lee, and Jonah Jones from Central. Got quite a crowd here at the campus of Pacelli. And if you missed it yesterday, Chris, we made history. For the first time ever, Georgia Alabama Sports Live does a quadruple header. Now, they weren't playing all at the same time, but we had 2 games at noon, 2 games at 2. I was looking at the scoreboard. My game, the Shaw Columbus game, was still going on. Dade Plata's game, Pacelli Strong Rock, was still going on. Carver and Hardaway just started. Northside, Harris County just started. We had 4 games on at once. I know Chris is just, he is like ready to just talk. We're trying to get the extra mic so Chris can get on here and talk, because that is up and good by Central. And now it looks like Central's just pulling away in this game. 25-18. All the way to the rack, and what a move by Micah Thomas, the Opelika Bulldog. And a steal, coast to coast. Jaden Long from Shaw, and he loses it. And we're going to get a whistle. You know, the refs really let them play in this contest. It's really just a preparation for the start of the basketball season, which is approximately a month and a half away. Of course, the high school coaches can be in the stands. They can watch their team. There's a three-pointer attempt by LaMarcus Williams, no good. And here comes Micah Thomas, mid-range jumper. Oh, what a rebound and a putback by Jasarian Holloway. That's Jadarian Holloway, rather. And a block by Micah Thomas. Here comes Thomas, trying to split the defenders. Three-pointer is good. Trying to get his number. That was number 5. Don't have him on the roster. But if you are watching, and if you know who number 5 is, you go ahead and get that in the comments for us. So the coach for the independent team is Swag's dad. It says he's been promoting his son and has been doing a great job. Just enjoy seeing him at the Glenwood games last season. Can't wait to see him next season. As Jaimin Johnson hits it. Now it's 28-25. Another three-pointer. No good. Gets his own rebound. Oh, what a steal. It's a 3-on-1. Oh, that was intended for Bryce Dawson. As he comes out. I want to say that was Colin Goodson. We have a number 6 on the roster. He's wearing number 5. Jaden's Ford, top of the key. No good, but a good job getting his own rebound, trying to put it up, but good job cleaning it off the glass as Bryce Dawson is now 30-25. And I tell you what, I don't know if it's on the schedule this year, but Jadarian Holloway is taking on Central right now, which now that Glenwood is in the AHSAA, that could be a possible matchup in the future. Jadarian Holloway is a sophomore. Oh, I'm shocked he didn't get a call to travel. Holloway. Johnson, top of the key. Fires up a wild shot by Hahn off the glass, but here comes Central on a fast break. Little pump fake by Jaden Ford. Puts up a 3. No good. And a rebound by Kari Johnson from Opelika, and a steal. Dawson. Oh, got it blocked. Good block by Micah Thomas. Over to Swag. Swag for 3. Yeah, no good. Oh, what a steal. Little tip drills for Jacoby Hill. Puts it up, and a charge. The ref made sure to call that one. And we got Jaden Long coming into the game, and let's hope that he's okay. Hate to see that. Look at that, Micah Thomas, and a foul. There's a foul right there. Colts beat the Steelers today. They are unbeaten no more. Sorry, Toygar. Bears beat the Rams. You know, the Rams are hobbled. But Caleb Williams gets another victory. How about this? This is probably the shocker of the day in the early games. Buccaneers beat the Eagles 33-16. I did not see that coming. No good. And here comes Jacoby Hill. Little alley-oop. Oh, that would have been a nice dunk by Bryce Dotson, but a good job cleaning up the glass, Desmond Williams. A lot of those returning starters on that Central team from last season. And that pass, oh, that was a good save by Micah Thomas, and he rattles in a three from the corner. Oh, look at that spin move. Oh, they are just playing aggressive out there. They know how important this is. It's just a great opportunity just to get ready for the start of the season. We got Swag coming back into the game. Looking. Back out to Jaden Ford. Ford takes it, top of the key, fires a long range three off the glass, but Central gets his own rebound. Another three-point shot attempt, no good. That was by Jacoby Hill. And here comes Micah Thomas. Thomas! Oh, what a pass, but that just couldn't handle it. Three-pointer, no good. Good job by Jacoby Hill. And the jam by Jonah Jones. Throw it down, big man. Here comes Swag. Oh, and I think that Jaden Ford's presence kind of just stopped that. Oh! Bryce! Throw it down, Dawson. It can't get any sweeter than that. Oh, all the load of the block. That was Bryce. No, that was Jacoby Hill. Jacoby Hill saying you could take that somewhere else. You will not be denied. What a backdoor cut. Good backdoor cut by Swag, and it's off the glass and in. Jadarian Holloway, also known as Swag, is a very fundamentally sound player. That was a good move. Who was on that move? Was that Jonah Jones? No, that was Desmond Williams. Micah Thomas splitting the defenders. Thomas up for the lane. I tell you what, I hope that we get to live stream some games versus Opelika. I want to see this Micah Thomas guy on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. He's a special player. Oh, what an alley-oop. That's teamwork. Jacoby Hill to Bryce Dawson. Teamwork makes the dream work. And Central leads the independent team 40-32. Thomas, what a move. And you know, Opelika does play Central this year. Just throwing that out there. Little Euro step. Good pass. That's a block. It's going to be a foul. This is Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Go and like that Facebook page and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Richard Holdridge here with Chris Gates, also known as Crazy Chris. We're just having some fun up here at the LAN. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday afternoon if you're watching football and you got your phone live streaming the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League. Jaden Ford's first foul shot is good. And Jaimin Johnson from Eufaula checking into the game for the independent team. And Ford makes them both. 25 seconds left to go here in the first half. And Central leads the Independent team 42-34. Thomas double teamed. Right to Swag. What a pass. Thomas to Swag. And you know, we got Glenwood and Opelika on the schedule. I know that I talked to Coach Dusty Perdue. That is going to happen this year. So get ready, folks. We might see that again. Oh, what a play by Jacoby Hill as time expired. All right, we are at the half. Central leads the Independent team 44-36 as this broadcast is brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC. You know, Thrift and I did our show up there on Saturday, high school game day. They're always great. You just check out the lot, check out the showroom. Jared Hudson, he'll make you say, get ready to smile. I know Chris and I are smiling. And this broadcast is also brought to you by Pepsi. You know, we both were stuffing our faces with food trying to get here. You know, I always like just a nice cold Pepsi, or if it's late at night and I'm going to make my late night run, I don't want all that caffeine. I want to get a Starry. I want to get something crisp and refreshing. Or sometimes I need to replenish my fluids and get a Gatorade. Now, this broadcast is also brought to you by Chattahoochee Valley Community College. And don't forget that we are the home of the CVCC Pirates and Lady Pirates. Also brought to you by Gordy Eye Care, proud alum of Central, Griff Gordy, who was on that state championship team in '93, who was a quarterback. He is a proud supporter of what we do on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and I know that he's excited that his Central Red Devils are being featured in the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League. And also brought to you by the Beck Center, as Roger Beck has been a proud supporter of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Don't forget, Thrift Barringer and I have the GIAA scoreboard show on Monday, 10:30, as it got shifted to the right because of Hurricane Helene. But they're going to have some games in the GIAA on Monday, so we want to try to wrap up the week as much as we can. And as I continue rambling on, we're actually getting ready to start the second half. So, yeah, there's no reason to go to a commercial break when they only have maybe a 2-minute between halves. But we'll get ready to start in just a moment. I want to shout out some of the coaches here that are in attendance. Spencer's coach, Quantavious Allen, in attendance. His team is coming up next. They're going to take on Upson Lee, which the last time I called, again, I was calling it with Thrift week 1. Of course, I went out of town for 2 weeks. Upson Lee wasn't in this tournament. Now they are. So it's nice to see a new team out of Thomaston, which if Upson Lee is actually known for the overall #1 draft pick, Javon Walker, who plays for the Jaguars. Kind of in the Chattahoochee Valley, just a little bit. Oh, Swag! You gotta be kidding me. Come on, Swag. What a shot. That's confidence from the young point guard. Whoo! Jaden's Ford. Oh. And are they calling a traveling? No, that's a basket interference. All right, that kind of stopped the momentum because it looked like the independent team was going to go on a fast break. All right, here comes Micah Thomas over to Swag, guarded by Jaden's Ford. Good screen. Micah Thomas for 3. No good. Rebounded by Bryce Dawson, or Jacoby Hill. Hill, nice bounce pass. Desmond Williams to the rack and makes the shot. 48-39. Here comes Micah Thomas. Oh, almost got a turnover, and he does get a turnover. Desmond Williams all the way to the lane. I thought he was going to dunk that one. Oh, good job saving it by Swag. Holloway, Thomas, splitting the defenders, off the rack and good. Little alley-oop all the way. Jonah Jones. Jonah Jones. Here comes Swag. Off the front of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Jones. Jones, what a no-look pass over to Dez Williams. That my PA announcer coming in out of me. That's the thing is that is so much fun to be a PA announcer for a basketball. Here we go. Jaden's Ford to the rack and in. Thomas, being challenged off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Bryce Dawson. Dawson all the way to the rack. Call the foul, and he will shoot two. So the Central Red Devils, coached by Coach Burnett. Or no, my bad. Charles Burkett, who led them to the championship game 2 years ago. Last year, Central went 29-8. They did lose to Hoover in the Final Four, but they beat Auburn in a classic 62-60 game. I remember watching that game on the NFHS network, and I was like, man, we need to be calling this game. 57-41. Here comes Thomas. Oh, and a steal. Here comes Bryce Dawson. You got to throw it down, big man. Thomas. Pass. Swag in the corner. No good. Rebounded by Jonah Jones. Alley-oop to Jonah Jones. Largest lead of the game for Central. Timeout on the floor. We'll take 1-2 here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. It's the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League. Don't go anywhere. And we are back. That might have been the shortest break in the history of broadcast on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Like I mentioned, they go fast here in the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League. Here's Thomas. Top of the key. Trying to split the defenders. Johnson. Front of the iron. No good. Rebounded by Bryce Dawson. There's Jaden's Ford. No good. And a good job by Bryce Dawson to do the whole throw the ball at your defender to make sure that it's out on him. There's Bryce Dawson from the corner. No good. It's going to be rebounded by Micah Thomas. What a pass. Oh, what a rejection by Bryce Dawson. Cooper. Dawson. Three. Nothing but the bottom of the net. I'm telling you, the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League, this is where it's at. I know we're excited about getting to live stream these high school basketball games in about a month and a half. Oh, Micah Thomas. Look, Chris could agree with me. This is a sneak preview of what high school basketball is going to sound and feel like. We got number 5 checking into the game. I'm trying to get his name. I reached out to there. Oh! Jacoby Hill throwing it down with authority. Jaden's Ford on Swag. Splits the defenders. No good. It's a little too much mustard on that. Here comes Jaden's Ford. Little alley-oop, and that was just some miscommunication. I'm going to say that's Colin Goodson. And correct me if I'm wrong. If you know who number 5 is, just let us know in the comments. Jaden's Ford for 3. because I don't have him on the roster. He might be a new player that was added. Staying with it. Over to Swag. And at this point, I'm definitely going to have to read the comments. Swag, no good. No good by number 7, Jaimin Johnson. Rebounded by Jacoby Hill. In the corner, Jaden Ford. Have yourself a day, my friend. Jaden's Pookie Ford. Really showcasing his skills as one of the best point guards in the Chattahoochee Valley. Thomas, no good. Thomas gets it back. Puts it up. Rebounded by Bryce Dawson. Over to Jacoby Hill. And the windmill tomahawk jam! Oh, I think I might have just lost my voice there, Chris. We need to go get some water. Woo! Was that like a flashback from Vince Carter in 2000? Oh, man. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one, too. It's Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC presents a fantastic lineup of popular full-size SUVs and mid-size trucks. Compare side by side. Take your choice from new Chevrolet Tahoes and GMC Yukons, discounted up to $7,000 off. Or Chevy Colorado and GMC Canyons, discounted up to $5,000 off. Experience unmatched durability, powerful engines, and advanced technology. Choose your perfect vehicle today at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
Back here at Pacelli, the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League, Week 4. Little floater. Rebounded by Jaden Long, puts up a shot. And here comes Central, leading 74-41. And once again, Jaden's Ford. Actually, no, that was LaMarcus Williams. Miss Ford is actually on the bench. Get a little bit of a breather. Mid-range jumper, no good. Rebounded by Tyjor Cooper. Cooper all the way to the rack. No good. Another offensive rebound. Getting it back. Don't have number 10 on my roster. Stolen. Kari Johnson. LaMarcus Williams picks his pocket. Williams fires a long three-pointer. Central with the offensive rebound. And up, the independent team gets it right back. That's Amy Hahn from Chatco. And a foul. And we'll have a running clock here. Don't forget, we've got Upson Lee and Spencer coming up after this. And then the final game of the night is going to be Carver. Carver and Pacelli is the final game of the night. Ryan Griffin to the line for Central, also known as Miami. It's been a fun day here this Sunday afternoon, and it all becomes sweeter, especially after the Falcons won. Here comes Swag. Splits the defenders. Oh, what a pass. In the corner. Three-pointer is no good. That's rebounded by number 5, and he puts it in. And we definitely got to give him just a shout-out. Would like to know who he is. I've reached out to several people. That's rebounded by Kari Johnson. But we do understand he is new to the roster. Here comes Swag, top of the key. Holloway, oh, he's got some good handles. What a skilled ball player. Long three-pointer by Hahn, no good. And that's going to be no good. Rebounded by Micah Thomas. Thomas, top of the key, gets his pocket picked. And here comes LaMarcus Williams, and he's going to be fouled. Vikings beat the Packers 31-29. Are the Vikings the best team in the NFC? And I know Thrift said this on unsolicited hot take, so sorry, Thrift. I agree with you. I want to make sure to give you credit. You said it first on unsolicited hot take. I'm just repeating what you said. LaMarcus Williams makes the first. Coming back into the game is Jaimin Johnson from Eufaula. Broncos beat the Jets. How about Patrick Nix winning his second straight game? Bo Nix. I meant to say Bo Nix. My bad. The Central head football coach's son, Bo Nix. Oh, that's a steal. And almost a dunk by LaMarcus Williams. Gets his own rebound. Top of the key, trying to split the defenders. Williams puts it up, and it's good. It's 82-43 with 8:35 left to go. Thomas thought about it. Well, that's not Thomas. That's Hahn. Saving it. Trying to save that one, and then we're going to get just like in hockey, we're going to get a line change for Central. As all the starters coming back in. 8:07. They got themselves quite a breather. That was a good breather by the starters. Swag, top of the key. Jaden's Ford. Guarding him. Swag trying to get around him. And a turnover. And that's a dunk by Bryce Dawson. Swag. Hahn, no good. Rebounded by Williams. Little alley-oop. Oh! Jonah Jones. Hahn. Over to Swag, top of the key. Holloway dribbles, looking for the screen, fires up a three, no good. And that is just pulled out of thin air, and a big steal and a dunk by Jonah Jones. We've had that a lot today. Hahn. Bottom of the fifth inning, the Royals lead the Braves 4-2. Wide open, Johnson for three. And here comes the Bryce. Bryce Dawson with a big dunk. So the playoff scenario, Mets, by the way, leading the Brewers 4-0. So it looks like if those scores hold up, we'll have both teams tied for a doubleheader on Monday, because the Braves, if they could have clinched if they would have won today. Diamondbacks are leading the Padres 7-1. It's going to come down to tomorrow. But the Braves do control their own destiny. They actually have the tiebreaker. What a block by Jonah Jones. Here's Jaden's Ford to Jones! The alley-oop. The most exciting play in basketball. And that was just good defense. Over to Jones, Euro step. Top of the key, gets his own rebound and puts it back up, the rattles it in. It's 92-46. This high-powered, explosive offense by Coach Burkett is why the Central Red Devils are one of the favorites in 7A to win the state championship, as Jacoby Hill slams it home. No basket? Is the ref really saying no basket? I mean, come on. I think that they're calling this game. It's 4:58 left to go. The game just ended. Central wins 94-46. All right, well, stay tuned. We've got Upson Lee and Spencer, and that's coming up here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. It's week 4 of the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back here to the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League, Week 4 here at Pacelli High School, also known as The Land. It's Richard Holdridge, it's Chris Cates, and this is game number 2 as we've got Russell County, which made the playoffs last year, got to the second round, taking on the region champions. Actually, they won it 4 times in a row, the Spencer Green Wave. Won a state title back in 2022. You got Coach Quantavious Allen in the stands watching his team as we get ready to tip off here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And Russell County wins the tip. Or actually, correction, that's Upson Lee. My apologies. Trying to
I believe it was supposed to be Upson Lee, Richard, but I think it was supposed to be Russell County, Richard, but I think they made the change in the schedule. So,
I did notice that.
Yeah.
So it was Russell County. It's Florida State in Georgia. So Florida State is Upson Lee.
Yeah.
Georgia is Spencer.
And Spencer in the yellow today, not their traditional Green Waves color.
I've noticed that. Yeah, this is the first time that we're seeing Upson Lee. They're a team that was in 3A last year. They went undefeated in the region, went 18-11, lost to Doherty in the playoffs.
Corey Black, this year, he wanted to get some more of the outside teams out there. Got some teams, like you said, Upson Lee. Got some other teams up from Atlanta, other parts of Alabama. They make up players from the independent squad and other teams around here to really diversify, get the level of competition, get these guys to see, because it's, as we saw last year, Richard, it's not easy, as we wrote with Pacelli all year long. Both the boys and girls, they both won titles. As Coach Black had said, they had to travel like a combined over 2,000 miles just to go right up the road to CSU to win a state title. So, like you said before, what's great about this league, the fall league here, it allows these guys to really see some great high-level basketball action, work on their teamwork, work with each other, more importantly, and just get ready for this upcoming season, because we got some great games, especially since we will be doing all the Muskogee County basketball games. So Spencer, Carver, Hardaway, Kendrick, Jordan.
And I'm going to say this because Thomaston is on the outskirts of the Chattahoochee Valley. Don't count out a possibility of doing an Upson Lee game.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Some of the players to watch out for: Marcellus Miles and Carmelo Williams. A good strong finish, drawing the foul, and that is number 2, DeMarcus Moses. So I talked to him between the games, number 5 on the independent team. That is McCray, and he plays at Northside. I just wanted to make sure to give him a shout out. He's actually new to the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League. This is actually his first week. So he was added to the roster late. As Coach Greg Johnson's team looking pretty good, trying to, it's not really a rebuilding, but they're going to have to try to find some offense without Barrington Adams. He's now playing at the next level.
Yeah, that's another thing, too. That's another reason why a lot of these coaches and these players, they play in this league, because you get a good glimpse of the team that you have coming for this upcoming season, and you can make those adjustments that you need to make going throughout the season. So you got to play here.
Yeah, good shot by Kerry Griffin. One of the leaders on this Coach Allen-led Spencer Green Wave team. Long three-pointer attempt by Carmelo Williams, and it goes out of play. And another player that I forgot to mention, he's not playing in the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League, but Xavier Davies, the X-Man.
Next man himself. It's a tongue twister. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. Don't forget, we got Carver and Pacelli. That is the final game here in Week 4.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League.
Excellent matchup.
Excellent matchup.
Spencer out with an early 6-3 lead.
Kerry Griffin. Top of the key over to Kevin Brown. Good screen. Brown fires up a 3. No good. Chasing that down is Edward Brown. Spencer still with it. Kerry Griffin. Back out to Brown.
Excellent ball movement.
Yes, absolutely. Good rebound. Go Zyquan, or not Zyquan Bright, Carmelo Williams. And Upson Lee with an 8-3 lead.
Upson Lee's up 8-3.
Yeah, 8-3.
Yeah.
Upson Lee is doing a nice job showcasing their team here at the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League. Of course, out of Thomaston, they're now in the region with LaGrange and Troup County.
Which in itself is a tough region itself.
And by the way, if Upson Lee plays LaGrange or Troup County, we have got to live stream those games because they are in the Chattahoochee Valley. So
they are definitely in the Chattahoochee Valley. There's so many amazing games to be coming up this season. Once we put together that roster, Richard, and I know you and Thrift are both just anxious.
We're chomping at the bit.
Oh,
we
yeah,
want to
yeah.
see that schedule.
It's going to be fantastic. And, as the football season starts to wind down and it's getting itself intense, we got some really great matchups coming up the next couple of weeks. Even here, Pacelli, Brookstone, Russell County, Richard. Give you a shout out on that one, Richard. You yourself gave Russell County early in our prediction. You said they were going to get 7 wins, and Richard, they're more than halfway there to it.
They're 5-1.
Yeah, I mean we're talking, playoffs right now, Richard.
Playoffs.
I mean, yeah, I know. What they did against Valley was highly impressive.
Timeout on the floor. It's 8-3. Upson Lee leading the Spencer Green Wave as you're watching the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Pepsi, Gordy Eye Care, Chattahoochee Valley Community College, and the Beck Center. But I know, Chris, you were just wanting to say something.
I was going to say, I love our sponsors, especially Buffalo Rock Pepsi. I just had me a good, nice old cold one
Yeah.
before I came here. So, and we do thank them for all they do. It allows them to do these broadcasts and showcase these many different talents and these many different events. And we cannot thank them without them.
Yeah, we could not do this without our presenting sponsors. They're just fighting for the ball. And now some of the teams have put out their unofficial schedule on Max Preps, but like we always know, Max Preps is never official.
Yeah, it may still be early, but when it's right, and when it's wrong,
It's really wrong. Marcellus Miles, one of the top players on this Upson Lee squad out of Thomaston. Oh, all the way to the rack.
Coming up about 13 minutes left here in this first quarter. Upson Lee up 10-3 on Spencer. Spencer's at the line right now, going to shoot 2. It's just been a fantastic day of basketball. We were just previously doing the game against Central in the Independent League. That ended, Central was up very big in that. I apologize, the scoreboard's down at the moment, but we'll keep up with the scoreboard.
We're still going to give the score and the time and all that. By the way, I wanted to make sure to get his name right. The most notable alumni to come out of Upson Lee is Trayvon Walker.
Yep.
The talented overall #1 pick from the University of Georgia. Won a national championship 2021. But I tell you what, I kind of wish, Georgia's defense is not the same as it was in 2021 because they all play for the Eagles now. But the way Alabama completely dominated them in that first half.
I'm going to say this. Ken DeBoer, he has earned my respect.
He can coach.
Yes. And Milroe, that was a Heisman. That was his Heisman.
Jalen Milroe won the Heisman last night.
That was, I mean, really, honestly, both teams, they deserve kudos. I know what Carson Beck said in a post-game interview. He was like, there's no moral victories. There's winners and losers. And, yeah, they did lose, but Carson himself, he did not play a good game, but he came back along with Georgia in that second half to play. But I don't want to take away anything from DeBoer and Jalen Milroe, because when you saw that fierce comeback from Georgia, that right there could have been enough just to be like, no, we're finished, we're done. But no, they came out and they did what they needed to do, and they won the game. And I could not have been more impressed with both teams, honestly.
And you could check Crazy Chris on Unsolicited Hot Take. I tell you what, when I first saw that picture of you eating the Waffle House, I just could not stop laughing. I was cracking up.
That's a gold mine picture of mine. I said, what better way than me eating a full plate at a Waffle House at night?
Did you take that picture when we were having our late night Waffle House meetings?
I probably did one of those nights. I couldn't tell you because I'm crazy, but I probably did. No, I look forward always offering my crazy picks on there. That's what's so great. You know, we all have that one pick. We can't help to ourselves to do it. And listen, I know we joke about like, oh, we thought Alabama was going to go 6-6. I thought so too. I really did think that. I thought like they're going to have an off year, and
yeah, I'm taking heat for it.
No,
I have not lived that down. Oh, what a steal by Upson Lee all the way. Marcellus Miles with the jam.
You love to see that. Every time you can see that, you love to see that.
Gotta get Upson Lee on the schedule for Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
They got the steal there.
I tell you what, one thing I'm going to do this week, I'm going to get on the phone with the AD of LaGrange and Troup County and say, we got to live stream your basketball games.
Yes, definitely. Definitely do that. We love to come out there.
Oh, absolutely. I don't work up in LaGrange anymore, but, I do miss just being up there. And I know big shout out to Kevin Eckleberry. He covers everything LaGrange. I do miss LaGrange has a nice basketball gymnasium that was built a couple of years ago.
We actually, earlier this summer, Thrift and I, we went up there when we were doing these Summer League basketball games.
Yeah.
And we went to LaGrange, hosted one of them, and it was a lovely facility. Calvary was playing in that game, and Carver Christian, that is. And I was enthralled with it. Like you said, just a fantastic facility. Fantastic town and community as well, too. We would love to go up there and do a few games. It would be fantastic.
Oh, no question. That was Laquan Brooks, the junior, that made that shot. Three-point attempt by Smith. No good. Rebounded by Zyquan Bright. Don't forget, we got Carver Pacelli coming up after this.
Oh, yes. Get the popcorn ready.
Get your popcorn ready. Well, how come these two teams can't play each other in the regular season?
No.
That's what we want to see. No, we really want to see Carver Pacelli in the regular season.
Carver Pacelli,
you have
Glenwood.
Well, here's the thing. You have a team that went to the Final Four in Carver. In the GHSA, you have the defending GIAA champions, Pacelli, who's not afraid to play anybody.
Nope.
They'll play 7A, 6A, 5A. It don't matter. Why not the two best teams in the Columbus area, which you're going to get here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live?
Exactly.
14-8, Upson Lee on top. Here comes Brooks. Quick double team. Back out to Kerry Griffin. Top of the key, Brooks trying to split the defenders. Brooks gets it back. Over to Griffin. Griffin fires along NBA range three. No good. Speaking of the NBA, we just had Media Day. You know what that means. The NBA is around the corner.
Yes, it is.
And there was a big trade. Karl Anthony Towns got traded to the Knicks. Oh, I don't know about that one. I think the T-Wolves got a little bit deeper with Dante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle.
If you're a Knicks fan,
Are you happy with that? You lost a really good role player at DiVincenzo.
of all the players you could have got from Minnesota, I don't know if that's the exact one they wanted.
Yeah.
But
Do you think they would have been okay with Rudy Gobert?
yeah, because his defense is still stellar. I mean, Minnesota's problem is really more so they just kind of ran out of gas when they had to go against Dallas.
Yeah.
And Kyrie Irving was just playing out of his mind. I think they got deeper, but the next, it just surprised me.
There's a
It
turnover.
seemed like a lot.
Quavius Smith with the roll in off the turnover. 16-10, Upson Lee leads. Spencer. I can't believe the high school basketball season is about a month and a half away. Long three-pointer, no good.
The best part is all the games that you want to see are right here on Georgia Alabama
Right
Sports
here
Live.
on
We'll
Georgia
be
Alabama
doing
Sports Live.
Pacelli, Covey Christian, Harris County, all the Muskogee County teams that
Girls
you want.
and boys.
Boys and girls.
Yeah, you're looking at, you're going to get to see Hardaway girls.
Yes.
That they were just
Dominant.
pretty much minutes away from winning a state championship. I mean, they had Baldwin beat.
They did. And and you get to see the legacy of the greatness of the Kendrick girls. You get to see Carver. You get to see more of Montgomery, see what he does this season as they get ready to go further with that.
Tony
Spencer.
Montgomery,
Oh, Spencer.
TJ Woodson.
Yes.
Sign me up, Chris. I'm
And
telling
then,
you.
not to mention Coach Purdue and what
Yeah.
he's going to do with the Glenwood.
Glenwood
I
in
mean,
the AHSAA.
first time season. And I'll go ahead and say, I don't care if it's a crazy prediction or not. I think both his teams, once again, state bound. That's how
Yeah.
I think. That's how.
You
good
look
of
at
a
the
coach-
transition. Glenwood, the volleyball team with Coach Strength looks
Yes.
like they can compete for a state championship.
Yes.
The football team is 5-0. Of course, that game against Wadley got canceled. I don't think they're going to reschedule that. So.
Yeah, they're not. And right
Nice
now,
put
where they're
back.
at right now, they're doing good.
That was Isaiah Fitzpatrick doing some of his Fitz magic. I had to come up with that.
So it's a fantastic. Hey, that's never a bad nickname.
Yeah. That was just a softball right there. I saw his last name, and I'm like, immediately a light bulb went off, and I called him Fitzmagic.
What do you think about Spencer this upcoming season, Richard? What do you?
I do think that they are one of the top teams in the region. Now that all the teams minus Northside in Muskogee County are in the same region, you got to put Carver up there. You know that Hardaway is always going to be competitive with Coach Mills. With Shaw, I mean, you got Coach Dickey. Columbus making the playoffs for the first time in 25 years. They got a new head coach, Terrence Hill.
Yes.
Jordan's got a new coach with Coach Barnes. Kendrick with Coach Andre Dye. I mean, you know that they're gonna be tough.
And I think that's another thing too. It's like you said, all the teams, Muskogee County teams, playing against each other. Almost every game really kind of matters because
Yeah.
you're really within that region how you're doing it.
Oh, what a move
That was
by
fantastic.
Carmelo Williams. And to be honest, I know we're going to be live streaming the Muskogee County Christmas Showcase. It's no longer a tournament. But I think you're just going to get those matchups every night
Yes.
and packed gymnasiums. We're not having to travel. We're not calling a Spencer Ace Charter game where Ace Charter doesn't bring any fans because it's all the way in Macon because it's a Tuesday night.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
I tell you what, the team that kind of feels left out a little bit is Sumter County. They're going to be like, oh, we're making this trip to Columbus again.
No, and it still has to work out some balances, but yeah, there are some of those teams that are going to have to kind of do that.
Oh, what a
That was
steal.
Great steal.
That was Darquez Moses, and up for the shot once again is Carmelo Williams. Carmelo Williams is going to be a very special player for Upson
I
Lee.
can see that.
I'm impressed with this Upson Lee team. This was a team that went undefeated in their
Up by
region.
10, leading 22-12 with
Yeah.
2.5 minutes left here in this first quarter.
Good job by Edward Brown. But when you think of Spencer and that state championship team, I mean, they had Tyson McDaniels, they had Tony Montgomery,
Yes.
they had Vashawn Moody, they had Joe Dozier, DeMarcus Horn. I mean, that team was loaded. You know, then the following year, Spencer would go on to the Elite Eight. Last season, not the way they wanted to end their season, especially winning a region championship, but I know that Coach Allen's going to get them ready.
Oh, no, he is. I think that was the thing that they were talking about, last season, how things are. And the quote, what Corey Black has always said, and he's told his teams, is being that 1%, 2% better. That's all they have to be.
Yes, sir.
And it's just another step closer to it, and they're going to be a much better team. I see a lot of teams this year being significantly better. First free throw there is missed.
Yeah, at the line is Carmelo Williams. We've talked about him. Yeah, Spencer went 24-4 last year.
Yeah.
13-1, but they did lose to Butler in the second round of the playoffs.
They did. We were there for the first round of the playoffs. We did.
Yeah, we actually did the region tournament.
Yeah, we did the region tournament, and you and I were there, and a packed house.
Packed
wonderful
house.
Support from the Spencer family.
So they hosted, the girls and the boys hosted the region tournament.
Yeah.
Jordan was in it for the girls. Coach Cobb getting the Jordan Lady Red Jackets to the playoffs for the first time since 2012. But, you had Coach Tinch for the Lady Green Waves and Coach Allen for the Green Wave. What a phenomenal just venue to host the region tournament.
And I want to give a shout out to Coach Kegler over there at Spencer. As he said on his office hours show, The Life of an AD, Spencer is the house that Keg built. And every time we get a chance to go there to do stuff, I love going there, whether it be Otis Spencer Field or just when they're playing basketball. It's always a fantastic venue.
When I called a softball game at Spencer, I wanted to make sure to give homage to Monk Johnson. That sports complex is named after him. He's always friendly when you see him in the community, a huge sports fan. He's just about every big event in Columbus. The former San Francisco 49ers, former Spencer Green Wave.
Yes.
Carmelo Williams with the jab. Oh, you got to get that out of here. Man.
A little exclamation point before the end of this first half.
I'm telling you, my inner Gus Johnson is going to come out. Like, he had one saying where it says, "You got some barbecue with that? And you didn't invite me? Hurt my feelings." Sorry, I had to take that from Gus Johnson.
No, you're fine, man, buddy. Trust me.
Look, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. Edward Brown at the buzzer, and that's the first half. It is all Upson Lee. The team from Thomaston is putting on a show here at Pacelli as they lead Spencer 28-14. As CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League is brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Pepsi, Gordy Eye Care, CVCC, and the Beck Center. As we'll be back with the second half right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC presents a fantastic lineup of popular full-size SUVs and mid-size trucks. Compare side by side. Take your choice from new Chevrolet Tahoes and GMC Yukons discounted up to $7,000 off. Or Chevy Colorado and GMC Canyons discounted up to $5,000 off. Experience unmatched durability, powerful engines, and advanced technology. Choose your perfect vehicle today at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
Welcome back here to the second half of the second game on the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League. Week 4 here at the campus of Pacelli. It's Richard Holdridge. It's Chris Gates. We're having some fun here. Upson Lee up 28-14 on Spencer. And Chris, your insight on the baseball playoff scenario was top notch. Right now, the Braves are trailing the Royals 4-2. If they win, they're only going to play one game tomorrow, and that's going to be for seeding.
If they win today, they're in, and they're just playing for seeding tomorrow against the Mets. I don't know what the Mets score currently is right now.
Yeah, Mets are leading the Brewers right now 5-0 in the bottom of the eighth.
Mets, and so then the Mets win. If that turns out final, the Mets and Braves will be in the playoffs. Then the Diamondbacks will be the one that'll be left out. And then they'll just be playing for seeding, the Mets and Braves. And
Diamondbacks actually leading right now 9-2.
Then it's either way, if the Mets and Braves win out, the Diamondbacks are out.
So the Diamondbacks have to win.
Yeah, the Diamondbacks. The one that will be struggling, the one that needs help is the Diamondbacks. Basically, the Braves and the Mets, they both kind of control their own destiny.
Good rebound by Kerry Griffin. Here comes Spencer. They're trying to just get some momentum going. Looking for that screen. Oh, and what a steal by Marcellus Miles, but he gets fouled. Tell you, Upson Lee is putting on a show here.
They are. This is a very good, well-rounded team.
This is a good team. They went 18-11 last year, lost in the playoffs to Doherty, went undefeated in their region. They're in a new region this year with LaGrange and Troup County. Yeah, and also, Sandy Creek is in their region, too. We know about Sandy Creek winning a state championship. Jabari Smith Jr.
School.
Yeah. Yeah, Braves had 2 runners on, but they couldn't get anything. So we go to the top of the 8th, and the Royals are leading the Braves 4-2. Looks like we might have.
We may have a doubleheader after all.
We might have a doubleheader after all tomorrow. Griffin looking for the screen, top of the key. Nice bounce pass. Oh, that was a Isaiah Fitzpatrick with the shot attempt, no good. Miles over to Moses, and he lost it. Zyquan Bright gives it over to Kevin Brown, top of the key. Brown looking for that screen, and we're going to get a foul. So like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We just got content just about every day, Chris.
Oh, we do. As a matter of fact, you and Thrift will be doing the Georgia Alabama Sports Show live tonight. 8 o'clock, recapping all the games that we had this past week.
Can't
Thursday
wait for
that. Friday. We didn't have any games Thursday, but Friday we did the Brookstone Calvary game. And then yesterday, Saturday, as you said earlier, Richard, we went history. We did 4 games, 4 live streams. Pacelli, Strong Rock, and you did Columbus Shaw yesterday. It was Columbus Shaw, correct?
Yeah, it was Columbus Shaw.
Yeah.
It felt like a bonus game, but I know we didn't promote it, but I felt like it was an important game to do.
No, it was an important game to do. As they get ready they're getting ready to play these regional games, and football season starts to wind down. These games become more important to do. I was at Otis Spencer yesterday with Rex Castillo.
How about Rex Castillo making his play-by-play debut on Georgia Alabama Sports Live?
He did an amazing job.
Wow.
Rex has always been, I'm going to give him his roses. He's always been an amazing sports director, sports broadcaster, and him doing play-by-play yesterday, he did a fantastic job. One of the best guys out there.
Absolutely.
I love working with him. The game was a blowout.
Look, it was, and when I was watching that Georgia-Alabama game, I'm thinking, I wonder if Michael Williams and Elijah Pritchett know that their teams are playing each other in high school football. Because I know that was on my mind, that Elijah Pritchett, the offensive tackle for Alabama, played at Carver.
I'm pretty sure one of them probably set them highlights from the game.
That's what I'm thinking. They probably
Carver scored about every way imaginable, and they're just such a fantastic team, a fun team to watch.
Yeah.
It was a great game, and then, of course, like you said, Thrift was at the Harris County Northside game. And that another region matchup, a big one too. And,
Dominant defensively by Harris County.
The Harris County Tigers to start the season off the way they did, and they had a gauntlet. Those first 3 games at Manchester, Troop, Carver. That's just to win your first 4 games in a row.
Yeah.
And to be where they are right now, that is amazing. Coach Watson, he got something special over there.
3-pointer, and that is good by Kevin Brown. Coming in clutch like the former San Diego Padres pitcher Kevin Brown in the 98 NLCS. There's a shot, no good. Rebounded by Joshua Selden. Here comes Kerry Griffin. Griffin, nice pass. Fitzpatrick drawing the foul. I'm telling you, because I don't really know how good Sumter County is going to be in this region, but you got Carver, Spencer, Shaw, Hardaway. I think that I don't know how the playoffs are going to be for basketball, but we could possibly have 4 teams in Columbus making the playoffs
in our region. Almost the same for with right now with football, if the seeding went differently. But yeah, for basketball, we have our 4 local teams here. And that's such a hard thing to do because all these teams are going to compete. None of these guys are, and none of these ladies
what a tip.
They're not slouches. They're going to compete in every game.
Yeah, that was Joshua Selden. By the way, we have several of the girls basketball players. They're in a fall league put on by Herman Porter for Porter Sports. So just a big shout out to him. What a putback by Jamarcus Smith.
Shout out to Art Thomas, he has mentioned that before.
Art Thomason?
Yeah.
What a fantastic. Look, I want to make sure to he got his flowers, the PA announcer for Kinnett Stadium yesterday. Look, like we had the Nat sound on the ledge while I was calling the game. You could hear him like on the broadcast doing his thing. I mean, Art Thomason is true professional, one of the best to do it.
Oh yeah, he's a fantastic individual, wonderful man. He gave a shout out for Herman Porter, and like you said, the ladies having their own fall league, and we just want to thank them. There's not too many of these out there, these summer leagues and fall leagues as well. So it's great when people want to put them on to do it. It's very impactful, not just for the community, but for these kids. Really to get these reps and come out here and do these stuff. And these coaches getting to work with each other, it's fantastic. And I love getting to cover them when we can cover them.
Score updates in football. The Commanders halftime over the Cardinals 17-7. The 49ers over the Patriots 20-0. Yeah, they don't need Christian McCaffrey. You got the Browns and the Raiders tied at 10. And what's going on with the Kansas City Chiefs? They're losing to the Chargers 10-0. You know the Chargers are banged up. No Joey Bosa, no Derwin James. Justin Herbert is hobbled.
It's Kansas City.
They're not the same team.
It's not the same team, but at the same time, if they can stay consistent and keep doing what they're doing and get these victories to scrape by the time December, January gets here, they'll almost be unstoppable. It's almost to the formula of you don't know who. It's just the amazing factor of Mahomes and Coach Andy Reid. They just have their 1-2 combo. They can make things happen.
Yeah,
I know you're happy about the 49ers.
Oh yeah, you're playing the Patriots. That dynasty was long gone. They're not the same team. And I felt like they let one slip away against the Rams last week.
They did, and they'll be fine. They'll get their players back. They're going to be consistent. Brock Purdy is still good. There's nothing wrong with them. But I do want to say this, man. I think Jaden Daniels, I think he's legit.
I think it's going to be a toss-up between him and Malik Neighbors for Rookie of the Year.
I say that, yeah.
Jaden Daniels has just been playing phenomenal.
He has. I think Dan Quinn's a good coach, and he's got them. I think he's bringing a new persona for that team. And you got Jaden Daniels, who's really just playing lights out.
Whoa, look out. Who's that out on? Ref is going to say, it's going to go.
You know what's great, Richard?
Upson Lee.
We know these games don't count towards anything.
Yeah,
but that
we're
doesn't
having
mean
fun.
that they're not competitive.
They're
these
excited.
Guys,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're playing like, hey, this is a regional title or a region game or,
This is a showcase. They're putting it all out on the court because they know this is how they play when the season starts.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to remember, a lot of these teams, they don't have their football players.
That's true.
There's a shot, and that's going to be a foul.
That happened with Harris County last year when their basketball season started. A good portion of the basketball team was still playing football, and the football team was in the playoffs. So it just they
Same
had to
with
do what they
Glenwood.
could. Yep, same with Glenwood.
Because Tyler Sykes, Mason McCrane, they're going to be on that Glenwood basketball team. But
absolutely.
oh, man. I'm telling you that the fact that we're calling Glenwood, Calvary, Pacelli, all the Muskogee County schools, Harris County, would love to get some Russell County games in,
we will.
possibly Smith Station, maybe even Central, definitely on the road. But that's still a possibility. I mean, can you imagine seeing Central, this team with Jacoby Hill, Bryce Dawson, and then the girls with Jabria Lindsay?
Yes.
Oh, man.
The basketball in this area is, I will argue, is some of the best on this side of the South that we're
Oh, no question. There's no question about that. There's almost attempted jam by Carmelo Williams. It's 41-25. Upson Lee leading Spencer. We get another whistle. Well, the refs have kind of just let them play, but this has been fun.
It has been fun. It's been clean. It's been good. These guys are playing hard, but they're not playing aggressive. And that's what you want to see. No reason to get yourself hurt out here either.
No, not at all.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, what a shot.
That was beautiful.
What a shot. Upson Lee led by their head coach, Daryl Lockhart Sr. And looking at the upcoming schedule, December the 6th, they are taking on Whitewater. These are all regional games. They'll take on Sandy Creek. They'll take on Mary Persons. They'll take on, it's a very unofficial schedule. They'll take on Callaway in a non-region game. And then Lamar County and then Twiggs County.
That Callaway and that Sandy Creek game, those were two that really piqued my interest.
Yeah, December 10th. That's a region game against Sandy Creek.
That
Yeah, we talked about possibly live streaming some Upson Lee games, maybe even some home games. Thomaston is actually maybe about an hour outside of Columbus. I mean,
we actually did Sandy Creek for when Pacelli played them.
Yeah,
last
that's
year.
right.
And
went up to Sandy
that
Creek.
was a thrift night. Went up there, beautiful basketball arena.
Oh, what a block!
We went to the same school, Calvin Johnson.
Calvin at Megatron.
Yes. And I was
Jabari Smith Jr.
Yeah,
as
and
well.
we went up there and we saw it. We were like, oh yeah. Oh.
Whoa! They're just throwing up some haymakers. Oh, that was a good little fadeaway jumper. Chris, it feels like basketball season is just around the corner, but
my friend, it's a wonderful feeling. We're getting
it is
fall weather. It's starting to get cooler. It's getting darker. It's getting darker earlier, but and the football games are getting more intense, and we're just ready for the basketball season. Like you said earlier, the sound of the sneakers, and just
going to the top of the bleachers,
yes,
and just doing our thing, just live streaming these games.
Exactly.
There's a mid-range jumper. I was such a basketball fan last year. Of course, we couldn't live stream all the games, but there was a Saturday where I was off, that I went to 4 games on a Saturday. I went to see Jordan, I went to see Kendrick, I went to see Northside, and I went to see Shaw, because they were all playing at, like, one was at noon, one was at 2, one was at 4. And so I wanted to make sure just to visit these gymnasiums and just to give them some love. So hope to do that this year.
You know, the great thing about it is, and I said this, you know, all my years in filming stuff and being around different sporting events and things, what I love to go is, like what you did that Saturday. You go to these different arenas, you go to these different gyms, you go to these different schools, different communities, and you get to see that. And you get to you embrace everyone that's there and what makes it special and why people support it and go there still. You know, it's very special here in Pacelli, but it's also special over in Brookstone and in Central.
And Calvary.
Spencer, Calvary. You know, even we can go to Sumter County, or even those schools that we don't go to often, like you said, Sandy Creek, or we went down to the name's escaping me, but the Christmas tournament at Pacelli.
Lee County, the
Lee
Round Ball
County.
Classic.
Yeah, the Round Off Classic. That was fantastic, just to see those communities and see that stuff. Like you said, man, it is. It's great, and just to spend a Saturday just to see that sort of stuff, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I love what we do too, because a lot of people that don't get an opportunity to see these games, that they can't come out for various different reasons, whether you have to work or you're out of town, you have something pre-planned. You can sit here and tune in our Facebook and YouTube and watch a CB Fall Hoops, or watch a football game on a Friday night or a Saturday afternoon, and that cover every game that was playing in that area, in our area.
Yeah, it was a good putback by Joshua Selden. It's 43-31. Spencer's keeping it close. I mean, it is a 12-point lead for Upson Lee. Oh, what a block by Joshua Selden. But Upson Lee gets it right back. Long three-pointer, no good. Oh, good putback by Laquan Brooks. And it's back to a 14-point lead with 7:19 left to go. Don't forget, we got Carver Pacelli coming up next here on the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League, Week 4. Week 2 for me, because I was gone for 2 weeks.
Hey, we love having you back, buddy. It's good to have you back.
Oh, man, I missed it. Coast to coast, the host with the most, Jacavian Key. You know I had to throw in that.
Oh, no, of course you have to throw it in there, my friend. Trust me. I am for all nicknames and any colloquials you could throw out there. Trust me.
Yeah, big shout out to Swag's dad. He's over there. Mr. Holloway hooked us up with the swag for Prez gear. Does just a great job promoting his son, which was a phenomenal basketball player.
Phenomenal basketball player, high basketball IQ.
High IQ.
Yes.
Only a sophomore. Just going to continue getting better.
Yes, he is. And he's being coached by some great coaches right now.
And I do think this is important, Chris. He's going to be showcased at a little bit of a higher level now that Glenwood's at the AHSAA.
Exactly.
I think the whole state of Alabama will know who he is.
Well, you know, I'll say this. Glenwood has always been a fantastic school in their in all their sporting in all their sports.
Yeah.
And if people didn't take notice now, didn't take notice then, oh, they definitely are now. As you said in the Week 1 game against Glenwood, in that 20-point comeback victory against Valley.
Incredible.
If they didn't know Glenwood and the ASHA, they do now. And so, and it's no joke, they're 5-0, and one could sit here and say another state title run.
And they have a tough one against Randolph County this Friday. Good putback by Kerry Griffin. It's 49-33 with 5 minutes left to go. What a pass. Dribbles. That pass was intended for Jaden Dubion. Upson Lee, they got a young team, and they got only 2 seniors on the team. That's Carmelo Williams and Marcellus Miles. They got some juniors, sophomores, and they even got a freshman. So,
which means they're going to have some good depth.
Oh, there's no question.
they're getting a great experience right now.
Oh, what a
Because,
slam by Joshua
that was
Selden.
amazing. Because Spencer's no slouch of a team, so for them to play the way how they're playing right now against them, it says a lot.
Trying to pull up the Spencer schedule. Like we mentioned, the basketball schedules have not been official, but they are going to come out pretty soon. I'm looking at the schedule. Spencer will be home against Banacre from College Park. They're on the road against Farrell, which, by the way, Anthony Edwards did play there for 1 year.
Yeah, okay.
He did play at Holy Spirit Prep, but he also played at Farrell. They're playing Central of Macon in the Hype South Showcase. On the road against Troup County. They're on the road against Schley County. They're taking on West Side at Baldwin High School. They will play Brookstone this year. They will play Calvary Christian in the Muskogee County Christmas Showcase. By the way, how about Calvary Christian that's going to be in the showcase this year?
That's going to be amazing. Really, I think just that's so good for their team. They played a number of summer league games this summer. We went to go cover them, and they got early on just watching them. They have talent, and
no question.
Calvary they can compete with anybody. I don't think there's not going to be a game where they can just go in there and just think like, oh yeah, clearly this team's better than them. No. Calvary, you watch out for them. They're going to be good. And them playing the Muskogee County the Christmas tournament, I'm so excited for that. That's going to be fantastic.
I cannot wait. That was a big three by Marcellus Miles, and then he tries to yank it out of the Spencer's hand. It's 56-37. Upson Lee has really been putting on a clinic today here in the second game that we're doing here.
They knew we were coming, so.
Oh, yeah, they do.
They knew we were coming.
Hey, if you're watching from Thomaston, we welcome you to our Columbus audience. Oh, what a move by Marcellus Miles. And another steal. That was stolen by Carmelo Williams. Williams split the defenders, goes up. And a charge. Good job by Spencer drawing the charge with 2:21 left to go, a running clock. 58-37. By the way, the fourth game that we didn't mention on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Pacelli beat Strong Rock. Just a dominant second half during their homecoming.
That was a fantastic
56-34.
Yeah. They came out that second half and just amazing.
Yeah, Dave Platt on the call.
Yeah. Amazing as always. Shout out to our guy, Torgard, producing it. He did a fantastic
job. And here's the thing is it was very special yesterday. I hope we get to do it again. I hope that we can do a quadruple header again.
Oh, I believe we will.
Because when you have something like that, you have enough talent and enough producers to pull off something like that. It really speaks volumes.
Hey, as the guy that invented Napster said in
Sean Parker?
Sean Parker, thank you. I'm thinking of Justin Timberlake playing him in the social the social network movie where he says, he's like, you know what's cooler than $1 million? $1 billion. You know what's cooler than a 4-stream broadcast? A 5-stream
broadcast.
So we're going to keep on building onto it, and that's what's going to happen. And like you said, but shout out to you, Richard. You did a fantastic job. The Columbus Shaw game.
I tell you what, that wasn't easy.
Oh,
having to do the camera and the scoreboard and play-by-play.
Hey, listen, we never said it was easy, but still, kudos to you, man. You did a fantastic job.
I appreciate that,
The broadcast looked great. It was a good game, too. And
whoa! You know what? That counts. That was a dunk. That's an official dunk by Marcellus Miles.
Yes, it is. Just the exclamation point to put to the cap off this game as we get down to the final minute 15.
Nice move by Joshua Selden. 62-39, Upson Lee. Here comes Miles. Oh! I'm telling you, that's a name you want to keep an eye on, Marcellus Miles.
Yes.
For Upson Lee. And once that schedule comes out, I'm going to find out when Upson Lee plays LaGrange and Troup County, because they are in the same region.
That's going to be such a good game.
And like I mentioned, Thomaston is about an hour outside of Columbus. They're part of the Chattahoochee Valley. You know, we could possibly go to Thomaston and do a game as well.
I believe I've been to Thomaston before, done some stuff. It's a nice little community.
I have
so,
to.
Yeah.
Yep, Upson County. Sometimes taking it the back roads going to Macon or Forsyth. Splitting the defenders is number 4, Jacoby Knight. Checking into the game for the first time for the Green Wave. Don't forget, we got Pacelli and Carver coming up. They are anticipating taking the court. And we got some teams that have been showcased here tonight. And what better way to go ahead and close out the night?
Oh, yes, I agree. It's
All
going
right.
to be fantastic.
They actually, okay, so the game, they just called the game.
Yes.
That's what they've been doing here. So,
Upson Lee wins that one over Spencer.
yep.
And we're going to get ready as Pacelli.
I think there's a time limit. That's why they're
Yeah.
calling these games.
Yeah, there he is. And as we get ready, Pacelli and Carver getting ready to
Get
play
your
in the
popcorn ready.
final matchup game for the Knights.
I don't know if they sell it at concessions, but you better get your
You know,
popcorn
I'm about
ready.
to go down there right now and get me a drink, get me a little snack or something, as we get ready for this upcoming one.
Yeah. Big shout out to Scoot McCullough, the JV coach for the Carver Tigers. He was the Richards coach. He was TJ Woodson's coach when they won the middle school championship last year. I know he's excited to be in the building. Also the assistant coach for Coach Allen. I tell you what, Carver going to the Final Four last year. We called a lot of their games on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Tony Montgomery has been must-see highlight reel.
Yes, he is.
But he's got a running mate now by the name of T.J. Woodson, and you better get to know that guy, because he was putting on a show at Richards, and
Yes.
he is just an ultimate highlight film
Yes, he is. And
for Carver.
And he's going to be amazing these next few years coming up as they are going to be playing. So we look forward to that, my friend. We really do.
By the way, I just happened to see Xavier Davies in the building, so
Good.
he's just checking out the competition, seeing
Nothing wrong with that.
the Northside Patriot. We're going to see Xavier Davies in a Northside uniform. The
Never
X-Man.
It's never too early, my friend. It's never too early.
Well, I got to interview him last year when we were down at Girls Inc. What Michael Woods does for the Girls Inc. And he's a bright kid, humble, but he's a competitor. I think that championship game when Aaron Cohn went up against Richards and we got to see Xavier Davies go up against T.J. Woodson.
You got to see it, and you got to experience it.
You got
and
to
know,
see it
yeah.
and experience it.
You get to know that's what all this is about.
That's
really.
where it starts.
Yeah, it is.
I had the privilege of calling the girls' middle school semifinals. I mean, that's where Jabria Lindsay got her start at Aaron Cohn. Also, Tiara Tucker played at Aaron Cohn. First of all, big shout out to Dr. Stefan Lawrence, the principal of Aaron Cohn. I just wanted to.
Oh, yes.
Well,
Wonderful.
I wanted to make sure to give him a shout out.
Oh, nothing wrong with that. Wonderful individual.
Yeah.
I tell you. Just a fine person.
All right, we're about 7 minutes left until the grand finale here at the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League. We want to thank our sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC. Chris, you know, we were up at the showroom yesterday morning for high school game day.
We sure were.
Jared Hudson just does a great job. His salespeople are so friendly. They'll put you in the car of your choice right now. And I mean, they have just an amazing selection.
Hey, and the holidays are coming up.
The holidays are coming up.
What
Yeah.
better choice to get than a brand new car all right on down
And
there?
you know
with
what?
Glenn Smith.
The 2024s are probably going to be selling off the lot
Oh,
like
yes, they
hotcakes to make room for the 2025.
Oh, yes,
car,
they
you
are.
know?
Oh, yes, they are. So you better go down to Glenn Smith.
You better
Get
go down to Glenn Smith
while they still
Chevrolet.
got 'em on the lot.
As they always say,
Get ready,
get
to,
ready
smile.
to smile. There you go. I was going to let you do that one, Chris. You know, Crazy Chris in the building. He's going to be featured on Unsolicited Hot Take. I can't wait for that segment. It really just brightens up my
I
day.
don't know how Thrift's going to feel this week after what happened to Auburn yesterday.
Oh, man, he is going to be fired up.
Oh, he is. Trust me, he is.
Fired up.
It's not, and it doesn't get better.
Doesn't get any better because they're playing Georgia
They play
next
Georgia.
week.
And Georgia's going to have to take it out on somebody.
Oh.
Somebody's going to the woodshed.
Oh, boy. Get ready.
Sorry.
Also, we are brought to you by Pepsi. You know, as soon as this game is over, I'm going to want some dinner.
You will.
What I usually like to do, I like to go to Buffalo Wild Wings. I know they're not a sponsor, but I like to watch football there. They do have Pepsi products. That's what's great about Buffalo Wild Wings. And it's got Buffalo in the name, like Buffalo Rock. So
yes, it does. I mean, it's a win-win on both situations.
It's a win-win.
And I've always enjoyed a wild cherry Pepsi.
Wild
Still
cherry
one of my
Pepsi.
favorites to this day.
Sometimes Pepsi Zero. Because
Pepsi Zero is great. And Starry. That Starry is one of the best, if not the best.
The lemon lime.
Soda out there right now. I just, if I see one, I gotta have it. I can't help it. It's just,
Absolutely.
It's not an addiction, but it's a want.
We are also brought to you by Chattahoochee Valley Community College. We are the home for the CVCC Pirates and Lady Pirates. Robert Edmonds is going to be the voice of the CVCC Pirates and Lady Pirates. And like I say, go, go, you Pirates. And Joe Richardson, the head coach of the Lady Pirates. You also have, I'm thinking, is it Coach Brown? I'm thinking.
Yeah. And we got the CVCC Coaches Show. We just interviewed the brand new men and women's coach with them. Thrift just did. And you can watch that right now on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
You can check it out on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Just an amazing community. Loves doing stuff for Chattahoochee Valley Community College. They're just wonderful people, wonderful school. Officials, like you said, we're the official home for their men's and women's.
Morris Scott. I wanted to make sure to give him a shout out.
Of course. And also, we're also doing our baseball, softball when those seasons start in early 2025. So looking forward to both of those.
Like Bark Scott said after the Jets upset the Patriots, can't wait. And we are also brought to you by the Beck Center. You know, Roger Beck has been a proud supporter of everything we do, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. They have an incredible facility here on the campus of Pacelli. It's called the Beck Center. We had baseball media day there. We had high school game day from Pacelli because it was raining outside. It was just a perfect indoor facility for football, baseball. They even, when it's rainy and muddy, even the cross-country team will just take laps around the Beck Center.
Oh, yeah.
They got a film room.
They do.
Oh, man.
It's a fantastic community, a fantastic media center. Shout out to him. Shout out to the Pacelli Vikings family. They've been always hosts to us. Great school. I'm not saying that because it's my alma mater. But
no, it's okay. You could say it's your alma mater.
But it's a great school, great community, great family.
Absolutely.
And I love it. Anytime I can come here to just give back or to highlight these games or showcase stuff, I love it. I'll take any opportunity to do so.
And we are also brought to you by Gordy Eye Care. You know, Chris, I don't wear glasses. In fact, nobody in my family wears glasses. But my oldest was recommending to possibly get glasses, so she had an eye test. And so Gordy Eye Care will allow you to have an eye exam. Your insurance will cover it. They'll actually go through and just scan the retina of your pupils to make sure that if you do need glasses, they'll get the glasses that are custom fit for you. And Griff Gordy, he's been just an incredible supporter of athletics in this area. The former Central Red Devils quarterback that won the state title in '93. And Gordy Eye Care, that's really where it's at. If you want to get eye exams and you want prescription glasses that are affordable.
And on a personal note, I've known Griff Gordy for years. He is he's on the Phoenix City Council. He is the put me on the spot. I was gonna say he's not the council at large, but no. But he's on the Phoenix City Council, and he's the one underneath Eddie Lowe. I was gonna say he's not the interim one, but if Eddie has to step out, he's the acting one that'll come up.
Of
but
course.
Gordy, just a fantastic young man. Wonderful person. Him and his family, just great people. He does a lot for the community. He gives back a lot to the Phoenix City area. A lot of people know him because, like you said, of his wonderful eye care business and what he has done for the Central Red Devils. But as an individual, he's just a wonderful individual. And every time I got to talk with him, meet with him, just a great person. And we love having him be a huge sponsor for us as well too. So just a fantastic shout out. Fantastic to have our Georgia Alabama Sports Live for us.
By the way, a big shout out to Jermaine Holloway, who just responded back to me that the number 5 on the independent team was Eli McCray.
Okay, great.
I got his last name right because I actually ran into him after the game. But Eli McCray from Northside, want to give him his flowers. He did see some action in the game. This is his first week of the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League. And so we're looking forward to seeing him in the Northside Patriot uniform. And I can't wait for this game, Chris. We're about 4 minutes away from the start of Carver and Pacelli. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we've got the final matchup of the night on the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League. It's week 4. It's Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we'll be right back after this. Welcome back here to the land on the campus of St. Anne Pacelli. It's week 4 of the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League. Richard Aldridge, Chris Gates. This is the final matchup of the night. You got Carver and Pacelli. And Carver ends up winning the tip. And right away, Jerron McKenzie makes it 2-0. That's how you start the game.
This Pacelli team lost some. I was going to say, Richard, this Pacelli team did lose a couple of players in the offseason.
Oh, they did.
They're still a dominant team. That
there's Matthew Melvin for 3 off the top of the key, no good. Carver with the rebound. Pacelli, also known as Georgia Tech, Carver known as Florida. Rose Green, little floater, no good. Rebounded by Michael Rowe. Rowe, Jalen Bush, no good. Rebounded by number 10. That would be Jalen Jacobs. Rose Green thought about the 3, and he traveled. And that's what these two teams like to do. They like to go up and down the floor. They want to run you out of the gym.
Yes.
But the problem with iron sharpens iron. You got two teams that want to run you out of the gym. Somebody's going to get tired.
That's what, at this point, becomes down to who can last it the longest.
Yeah. That was a good move by Michael Rowe. It's 2-2. Oh, TJ Woodson, no good. Matthew Melvin with the rebound. Melvin's going to push the floor. Back to Melvin, swings it around. There's a shot by Makai Williams.
Just a perfect switch.
With a 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Makai Williams. Pacelli, the defending GIAA champions. Carver made it to the Final Four last year. A good shot by Tobias Tolbert. He's good for about 3 blocks a game. Shot, no good. Rebounded by TJ Woodson. Look at Woodson. He's going to try to run the floor, being guarded by Matthew Melvin. Woodson fires a 3. Off the glass and in. I thought the bank was closed on Sunday.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
7-5. Carver on top. He's giving it that screen. Trent Latham being guarded. Rose Green with some good defense on Jalen Bush. Back out to Melvin, being guarded by Woodson. And we get an offensive foul, and it's going to go back to Carver. Yeah, I think it was incredible what Coach Allen did last year. Going from a team that won 6 games to the Final Four was the most incredible turnaround I've ever seen in high school basketball.
Oh, definitely.
Well, you got to remember, Carver didn't win a single region game. They upset the number 4 seed to get into the playoffs as TJ Woodson makes the basket. That was a little bit of momentum that helped him the following year. Wide open 3. Trent Latham, no good. And a nice rebound by Jalen Bush. Bush, no good. Rebounded by Tolbert. Over to Woodson. Off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Rowe. Over to Bush. Long pass to Makai Williams for the jam! Throw it down, Makai.
That's a quick timeout right there.
Wow. I'll tell you what. I mean, he had some impactful moments on last year's championship team. Get ready for a big season for Makai Williams in the GIAA.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what, Chris, this is the matchup we have just been excited about. Pacelli and Carver.
Well, it's 2 talented teams, well coached, playing high-level basketball. You really can't ask more for that, honestly.
Yeah, Calvin Thomas, the new head basketball coach for the Pacelli Vikings, who's taken over for the longtime coach, Coach Corey Black, who he is really a legend in his own mind.
Yes,
Just
he is.
what he has done to build up Pacelli. Huge supporter of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We appreciate everything that Coach Black has done and Coach Thomas putting on this CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League. It's 9-7 your score. And an offensive foul on Carver. And I really think, even though Pacelli lost several players on that team, they're still deep.
Yes, they are.
Oh, what a block by Tobias Tolbert. Here comes Tolbert trying to get the block as Mekhi Williams. Tolbert hits the floor. We talked about Tobias Tolbert being a shot blocker. Averages about 3 blocks a game.
I've almost been one right there, but still got time.
You know,
Carver
Tobias
goes to the line.
Tolbert kind of, his size kind of reminds me of a player that played at LSU. And I'm not talking about Ben Simmons. I'm talking about Tyrus Thomas.
Yes.
I mean, Tyrus Thomas, although it didn't pan out in the NBA, he had a very good college career as Tolbert makes the first. Oh, I can't wait to basketball. It's already here, Chris.
I was going to say, buddy, in a few weeks, man, we'll have it.
Yeah, we will.
Less than a month's time,
We got
honestly.
NBA preseason this weekend.
Yes.
11-7, Carver on top. Trent Latham going back to the Tigers. Of course, the most memorable moment in Carver basketball was in 2019 when legendary coach Warren Beulah led them to the state championship.
Yes, he did. Yep.
Oh, what a move! That was some hops by trying to get his name, number 10, Jalen Jacobs. Got a lot of depth on this Carver Tigers team. Long mid-range jumper for Jalen Bush. And the swish. It's 13-9. We're going to see some high-flying action. Here comes Jalen Jacobs. No good. Rebounded by Bush. Pass over to Melvin in the corner for 3.
Oh.
And he's got the bucket.
Gorgeous.
Matthew Melvin. You know his brother played at Columbus State.
Yes.
Daniel Melvin.
Melvin on this championship winning team from last season, too.
Yeah, no question. Long three-pointer by Jalen Jacobs. That's
Beautiful
a name you
back
want to
and
just
forth.
keep on the back of your mind because he's going to be an up-and-coming player for Carver.
2 back-to-back perfect swishes.
Yeah, this is going to be just an incredible game that we're going to have for you. Mekhi Williams, jumper, off the glass, gets his own rebound. Mekhi Williams puts it off the glass and in.
Amazing.
Let me tell you, Mekhi Williams is putting on a show.
Yes, he is early on here.
Here's
13 and a
Woodson.
half minutes to go.
Nice pass. Long three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Rowe. Michael Rowe had a big impact as a freshman last year when he came in. Williams. Pass over to Bush. Spinning around. Still with it. Michael Rowe with the slam! Michael Rowe, have yourself a day, my friend.
Game tied, Richard.
It's tied at 16 apiece. And you know, tomorrow is the last Woodson Open. Last day of September tomorrow, and then once it hits October, get ready, folks. Without a travel by Mekhi Williams. We're going to get some subs, and look who's coming into the game. Tony Montgomery.
Yes.
I don't know, Chris. You think he's going to average about 26 points a game? He is just
If
a
that.
scoring machine.
If that.
But, you know, he's got a running mate now, T.J. Woodson, Isaiah Rosegreen, the former Spencer Greenway. And he's got some other scorers that can put in the basket as well.
That's a kickball right there. Yeah. Pick any of your favorite duo in the NBA. That's what you got right here.
Pick your
at Carver.
poison with the Carver Tigers. Coach Allen, I think that now that Carver went down a classification, they could win a state title.
Oh, yes.
There's no
Absolutely.
question about that. You know, Spencer might have something to say about that. Just to let you know.
Spencer always has something to say about
Yeah.
that.
There's a little floater. Yeah, I was trying to look on Max Preps who was the defending 2A champions. But I tell you what, I want to give a big shout out to Sandy Spell because nobody knows high school basketball in Georgia like Sandy Spell. Kyle Sandy. Sandy Spell, that's his thing. Kyle Sandy.
Kyle Sandy.
Kyle Sandy. Sandy Spell. Like, his first name is Sandy, his last name is Spell.
I was sitting there thinking for a second. I was like,
yeah, you were looking at me funny. No, that's his.
I was like,
that's his rankings for basketball.
I got you. No, that makes sense. It makes more sense now when you think about it.
The sports beat. Here comes Isaiah Rosegreen, Tony Montgomery. There's Zion Rosegreen. Tony Montgomery for three and hits the bucket. And come on, you got to do a little shoulder shrug for that one. That was like, it just came natural for him.
They know it was smooth, but
it was very smooth.
Both teams are focused. They're locked in right now.
Melvin. Both teams are flexing their muscle here. It is 21-16, but you got two teams that are going to compete for a championship.
Yes.
And we get to see him right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
That's all we do what we do, Richard.
We do what we do. There's a Rosegreen off the glass and in. Carver starting to pull away here, 23-16. Williams. Melvin back to Williams. Over to Bush. Back out to Makai Williams for three. No good. Rebounded by Rosegreen. Back over to Tony Montgomery. Montgomery running the point. Takes it across the timeline. Montgomery fires a shot off the front of the iron. No good. Rebounded by Rowe. Pacelli, Makai Williams. Good defense by Tolbert, but that's going to be a foul. So we don't have the official schedule yet, but we know because Calvary Christians has their schedule out. We know when Calvary plays Pacelli. We know, I believe when Pacelli plays Brookstone, we want to try to get all the games on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Yes,
same with Carver. We'll try to get their schedule as well. As this is the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League Week 4. And this is the final game of the night. We are brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, the Beck Center, Pepsi, Chattahoochee Valley Community College, and Gordy Eye Care. Did I miss anybody, Chris?
Oh, no, I don't think you did.
Chris, I think I got everybody.
You got everybody. And we want to thank them all because the more they add to it, the more
I really do.
Each one.
I
cannot thank them enough.
I really do. Some of the scores in the NFL: Commanders lead the Cardinals 27-14. 49ers lead the Patriots 27-10. Raiders lead the Browns 13-10. And look out for the Chiefs. The Chiefs doing Chiefs things. They do trail 10-7, but that's because their defense is elite.
They're getting themselves back into it.
Yep.
I like
Nice
my fantasy
pass.
right now.
Nice pass. TJ Woodson in the game. Looking for Montgomery, but that is stolen by Trent Latham. And here comes Pacelli. Pacelli calling this place their home court. Kind of reminds me when Hardaway plays at Columbus State. It's pretty much.
Oh yeah, it does.
Pretty much their home court.
It is, yeah.
No, but this is just a fantastic facility. Brian Evans does a great job as the statistician. Brian Salido does a great job as the PA announcer. You remember when we were live streaming Pacelli Brookstone basketball, Brian Salido, who's the football PA announcer, is like, you know what? I'm going to be the PA announcer for this game because this is a huge game.
It is a huge game. It was a huge game, and it was impactful. Just it adds more to that rivalry and that tension.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, that was a, you know, the last time I was here, I was live streaming a Brookstone Pacelli volleyball game, which, by the way, the volleyball team 27-2.
I was going to say, I'm glad you brought that up, Richard. We will be back here next Saturday covering the volleyball team as they are playing in a tournament.
Tournament,
yes.
Yeah. Playoffs.
It'll be playoff time, and we'll be covering Pacelli. We're looking forward to that.
Jalen Bush. Here's
More
Woodson.
details this week on Georgia Alabama
More
Sports
details
Live.
to come. Tony Montgomery, backcourt violation. Or no, that's going to be a foul on Pacelli. Thought it was a backcourt violation, but it's going to stay here with Carver. Royals do beat the Braves 4-2, so there will be a doubleheader tomorrow.
Doubleheader tomorrow. Weren't able to get that win. It's okay.
Yep.
Still not out of
I think all the Braves have to do is win one in there in the
Yep.
playoffs.
Just win one.
Just one.
That's the magic number.
Do not lose both games. Mekhi Williams driving the baseline, guarded by Montgomery, and a foul on Montgomery. Mets beat the Brewers 5-0. Diamondbacks beat the Padres 11-2. So looking at the wild card standings in the National League, we've got pretty much all three teams in a virtual tie with 2 to go for the Braves and Mets. Front of the iron, no good. Tony Montgomery, he's going to push it. Montgomery all the way to the rack. Oh, good rebound. Okay. Well, I tell you, this run and gun offense by Carver kind of reminds me of Paul Westhead in the 1980s.
It has, it worked for them then. It can work here now. Really puts a lot of effort on the players to keep pushing forward to kind of do that. Puts a lot of pressure on defensively speaking too.
We got a new player checking into the game for Pacelli. That is Isaiah Jackson. We got Rose Green coming back into the game for Carver. We actually do have 2 number 7s out there, trying to get the other player's name. That's going to be off of Keen Murdoch. It'll be Pacelli ball. 24-18, Carver leads with 6:40 left to go here in the first half. Nice mid-range jumper by Jalen Bush. And it's 24-20.
Pacelli has cut this lead down.
Yes, they have. Little floater. Oh, what a play by Matthew Melvin, but we're going to get a foul. That was a little push off.
Just a tad bit.
Just a tad.
Just a tad. He's okay.
Just a little bit. Alabama is now the #1 team according to the new AP poll. How do you feel about that, Chris?
They should be. Texas kind of struggled a little early on.
They struggled against Mississippi State.
You beat what was still, even though they were #2, but still University #1 team. Alabama, despite what people may think, they were the upset. That was an upset for them.
Well, even though they were a 1-point dog, I still felt that they weren't losing to Georgia.
Yeah.
There's TJ Woodson from the corner for 3. No good. Nice putback. Trying to save it. And it goes to Rowe. Here comes Bush. Long pass to Matthew Melvin. And that is the teamwork. The backdoor cut. Matthew Melvin with the bucket. And Pacelli trails by 2. Montgomery. Top of the key. Dribbling between his legs. Almost got rid of it. Little deflection. Nice pass over to Keen Murdoch. No good. Good hustle play. That resets the offense for Carver. Here comes Woodson. Spin move. TJ Woodson off the glass and in. And that's the skills that TJ Woodson brings to the hardwood. It was that spin move, his signature finger roll after the spin move.
Not too many people can defend against that.
Oh, do they not call ups and downs anymore? That looked like a traveling, but no call because Matthew Melvin does not have the numbers. Just wait for his teammates to get back. Back out to Jackson. Little floater off the glass and in. Caleb Jackson. makes it a 2-point game. Carver on top. Montgomery splitting the defenders, no good, but what a play by Rose Green, cleaning the glass.
This is a great back and forth we got going on right now, Richard.
Like cameo, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, what a spin move by TJ Woodson. Montgomery, baseline, pass to Rose Green off the glass and in. Give Tony Montgomery an assist on that play to Rose Green. The two former Spencer teammates going to work. There's Matthew Melvin, front of the iron, no good. Rose Green over to Montgomery. Tony Montgomery, Euro step, off the glass, foul. Is going to be a foul. Well, a push off on Carver. Let's see what the call is. So, Chris, we have not really finalized the schedule. We have an unofficial schedule for Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We know we're going to be at Glenwood for Randolph County. We know we're going to be at Harris County for Griffin.
Yes.
Pacelli takes on Calvary. We know we'll be there.
Oh, yes.
We might be at Shaw Carver. We
Again,
talked about we talked about the possible quadruple header again.
Yeah. Just it's as the season starts to wind down.
There's going to be more meaningful games.
Meaningful games,
Yeah.
region games, and it's a lot of stuff on the stake for line. So continue on watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Like, comment, subscribe to Facebook and YouTube page because we're going to have a lot, folks. We're
no
this
doubt
is the
about
best
it.
time. It's not. Hey, this is Richard. This is our Christmas time.
Yeah, it really is. Montgomery makes both. It's back to an 8-point lead. Carver on a 6-0 run. Trying to finish off strong. Here's Makai Williams. Over to Melvin. Melvin getting double teamed, triple teamed, and he traveled. And he knew it. I'm telling you what, I'm really excited about seeing Makai Williams and Matthew Melvin playing together. They're going to get a lot of minutes.
Oh, they will.
For Pacelli. And you got to think that Pacelli has got to be the favorites in the GIAA to go back-to-back.
Back-to-back.
They still got a deep team.
They do. And this is just, we're talking about the boys team right now. The team.
Michaela Hosley.
Oh, yeah.
You have Grace Smith. Oh, man.
Yeah, Coach Brian Thomas.
Every player on that girls' team is coming back. That's that first shot.
We're not making any guarantees, but, folks, they're going to be good. They're going to be really good.
There's no question about that. And I know that it's not on the schedule, but could we schedule the Pacelli girls against the Hardaway girls? I think that everybody wants to see that.
That'll be the matchup of the century.
Although we definitely wanted to see the Ellison sisters play against each other last year, but oh, what a shot by, let's get his name there, Trent Latham. Woodson, top of the key. That was Jerron McKenzie. Now remember, Carver also has Champ Simpson, Ace Thomas, Quadair Truesdale. I mean, they've got some depth on their team.
Yes, they do.
They're not playing in this league, but they are. Well, Quadair Truesdale is on the roster. He's on the bench.
He's on the bench. Still a highly talented squad. Very, very talented.
And the thing is, I mean, they've got some outstanding coaches. You have Coach Eric Allen. You have Coach Terry White, Coach Scoot McCullough.
Yeah.
Oh, what a block. There we go, pass. Woodson for three. Rattles in and out. Good offensive rebound for the Carver Tigers. Cleaning up the glass, that was Jalen Jacobs. It's 34-27. 30 seconds to go. Three-pointer, no good. That's going to be an offensive foul on Pacelli. As we got a running clock. See if Carver tries to get a play. Trying to go coast to coast because we got 12 seconds. You got to get it in. Got to get it in. Otherwise, that time's just going to run down. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Long heave home. Murdoch. Oh, he almost made it. Almost made it. That would have been on the highlight reel. All right. We got one more half to go here in the final game of the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We are brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Gordy Eye Care, Pacelli, the Beck Center, CVCC, and Pepsi. We'll be back.
I was trying to send to the cash app.
Welcome back here. CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Carver leads 35-30 over Pacelli.
No, you're good. You're good. No. I was like, who else? Is someone else you want to say it to?
Kai Williams puts up the shot.
Yeah, you're fine.
And that is good. It's 35-32. Yeah, that was a great three-pointer by Pacelli. Here comes Woodson. Back over to Montgomery. Montgomery, top of the key, split the defenders, and lost it. Makai Williams, coast to coast. Oh, and a block by Tobias Tolbert. Get that out of here, Chris. What you got for me? What a block. What a block, man. I'm telling you.
That.
As I keep getting these alerts saying, are you okay? Oh, my goodness. And I appreciate the Gatorade, too. I mean, we love all the Pepsi products here.
Come back to the fantastic action. I saw that 3 over there. I said, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're just getting started, even though it's just the second half.
Jalen Jacobs to the line. And he makes them both. It's 40-37. Carver leading Pacelli. The final game here on the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League, Week 4. Jalen Bush over to Makai Williams. Good screen. Williams, top of the key. Dribbles. Passes. Corner 3. Latham. No good. Rebounded by Montgomery. Montgomery, he's just going to run the floor. Nice pass. Tobias Tolbert. Rebounded by Rowe. Like we talked about, strength on strength. Iron sharpens iron. Both teams want to run up and down the floor.
Like you said, right now we're going to see whose endurance is going to last longer.
And that's why you got to have depth. When you play that style of game, you definitely have to have depth on your team. Good screen, Latham. Latham running the point. Good defense by Montgomery, but he a little too physical on Jalen Bush. He'll get the foul. Don't forget, we got the Georgia-Alabama Sports Live show coming up after this. Threat Behringer and myself breaking down high school football action. Montgomery with a double team. Good pass to TJ Woodson. Oh, and a block by Michael Rowe. Melvin. Back out. Three-pointer. Good by Jalen Bush. We are tied at 40. Stolen. Melvin. Rowe. Bush.
Here he goes.
3, no good. Long pass to TJ Woodson. He catches up with it, and he lost it. I'll tell you, TJ Woodson, he's only a freshman. He's just going to continue to get better. We saw the skills showcased when he was at Richards.
Oh, yes, we did.
And he is just going to be a special player for Carver.
He is.
And he is young, but you're going to see the growth and development of TJ Woodson.
We were so impressed with him last year when we covered the middle school basketball championships.
Oh, no question about it. Here's Makai Williams. Makai, bring it down! Makai Williams with authority. The three-pointer attempt by Jerron McKenzie, no good. Pacelli has the lead. Stolen by Tolbert. Almost lost it. Jerron McKenzie gets it back. All the way and in. 42 all. Bush. Melvin, corner 3. Got the bucket.
We are.
Matthew Melvin. Ice water in his veins.
Arena, baby?
Was that?
Is this Phillips Arena right now?
True, yeah. Oh, yeah. Although, Montgomery lost it. Here comes Pacelli on a run, a 3-on-1. Rowe, coast to coast, draws the foul. Pacelli leads by 3. Matthew Melvin's corner 3 gives Pacelli the 3-point lead with 13:47 left to go. And we got ourselves a timeout. Chris, it's good to be back. I know I missed this. I was here for week 1. I know that Thrift misses this too. I know he wishes he could be here with us.
I'll tell you something, my friend. I'm so happy to be here tonight. We knew these games were going to be good, but my goodness gracious, even our wildest dreams, we didn't think it was going to be this great tonight.
No, this has been a showcase.
I mean, this is almost playoff-type basketball right now. Region play, playoff. It just feels so good. And it's just a tease So what's coming up this upcoming season of high school basketball on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, my friend? So
you know Georgia Alabama Sports Live is going to be there for as many basketball games as we could possibly have.
Of course.
As Michael Rowe makes it, it's 47-42. Largest lead for Pacelli. Here's Woodson. Here comes the full court press. Over to Woodson. Split the defender. Spin move. Murdoch driving the baseline. Double team. Back out. McKenzie for three, and he got the bucket. That's a big answer by Carver to cut it to 2. It stops the bleeding. Because Pacelli went on a run. Melvin being guarded by McKenzie. Inside to Rowe. Tolbert looking for a block, and he was just prematurely went up too much. Tolbert, he's got to have at least a 7-foot wingspan. Because he is a 3. He's guaranteed 3 shot blocks every game. I mean, you look at the stats. The stats don't lie.
No.
He is one of the top leading shot blockers in the Chattahoochee Valley.
This team is 2 of the most talented teams that have a lot of depth that we've seen.
There's definitely depth on both these teams. And same for the girls, too. What Coach Bryant Thomas is doing and Coach Anson Hunley, they know about depth. Long three-pointer in front of the iron, no good. Oh, and look at T.J. Woodson just snatching that rebound down. Woodson, top of the key, back out, three-pointer, no good. That's going to be rebounded by Caleb Jackson. Back out to Melvin. Melvin for 3. Front of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Woodson. Long pass. Tolbert. Slam! Slam! Da 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 da. Woo! Tobias Tolbert. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound. Carver, it's tied. Three-pointer, no good. Tolbert with the rebound. Tolbert trying to take the lead for Carver. No good. Man, this has been an incredible back-and-forth game. No team has really went on a run to put this game away. But we got a timeout. We want to thank our sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, CVCC, Pepsi, Gordy Eye Care, and the Beck Center. Chris, what you got for us?
Let me tell you something, Richard. This is the dream game that you think of. You know, you come here, you're thinking like, we're gonna have some good basketball tonight, but
we're gonna have some
you
fun.
were not expecting this level. Richard, this has just been fun.
It's been fun.
And the great thing about it is there are no winners or losers here. We're just getting to see great, raw, young talent. And these young men playing at a high level.
Absolutely.
You cannot ask for a better treat. Like I said before, this is almost like a Christmas time. And as we get ready, I can't wait till we do the Thanksgiving tournaments and the Christmas tournaments.
The George Williams Thanksgiving Classic,
yes.
You know we'll be there. That might be our opener for high school basketball.
That'll be fantastic.
We'll have that transition period where the football playoffs are going on. The regular season for basketball will get started. But we'll have it on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Melvin, top of the key. Long three-pointer by Caleb Jackson. No good. Rebounded by T.J. Woodson. Woodson pushing the floor. Pass over to Murdoch. Back out to Woodson. Top of the key to McKenzie. Woodson. Tied at 47. Murdoch. McKenzie wide open for 3. No good. Oh, what a save by Rosegreen, but it's going to go out of bounds. Back to Pacelli. 10 minutes left to go. And really, they got till 7 because they have an hour time limit. So Tolbert with the rebound. Just the way that these two teams are going back and forth, there hasn't really been any whistles to stop the clock.
No, and I was going to say
Woodson, no good. Rebounded by Rose Green. Rose Green, look at that effort. Second effort to get the rebound. Bounce pass. Woodson resets the offense. Long pass over to Murdoch. Pass, baseline, Tolbert, spin move. Gets it swatted away, gets it back. Back out to Woodson. Murdoch fires a three, no good. Rebound tipped by Rose Green, and he puts it in. Isaiah Rose Green with a little tip drill. Carver back with a 2-point lead. Makai Williams, Jackson. Over to Melvin, being guarded by Woodson. Spin, pivots. And that's a good clean foul by TJ Woodson.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Melvin had the angle. All right, we got ourselves another timeout, Chris. Don't forget, not this week, but every other Wednesday, catch a brand new episode of Office Hours, the real life of an AD. You know, we got the assistant AD, Coach Anson Hunley. The Carver Tigers are in action. Coach Kendall Mills, assistant AD, Coach Danielle McCoy, and the AD of Spencer, Coach Joe Kegler.
Let me tell you something. That is a pleasure to film.
It's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is. They are, honestly, as much fun we have doing the show, I have learned so much of what it takes to go into being athletic director and putting on events of this size and scale. So shout out to them, and just great respect for anyone in that role doing that sort of stuff.
Trent Latham running the point for Pacelli. Melvin, three, got the bucket! Ice water, Matthew Melvin. Look at that defensive effort. Pacelli with a 1-point lead. Latham, Jackson fires a three. No good. Melvin fires three. He is on fire.
Goodness.
Matthew Melvin gives Pacelli a 4-point lead. Man, I mean, I have a voice for any games coming up this week. Oh, and what a shot by the King. Murdoch answers back.
Neither one of these teams can really get that.
They don't want to lose. Melvin. He's got a bucket again.
Did not.
Matthew Melvin, this crowd is going nuts. Wow. Back to a 4-point lead.
Can we submit that for Sports Center?
Oh, yeah. Rattles in and out. Rose Green, rebound, off the glass, draws the foul. Anytime you can get the fans here that jump out of their seats.
Spun around him, took the shot, and it landed, Richard.
They're jumping at, he had 3 straight three-pointers in like a minute span.
Melvin, please take a sit down, my friend. Take a bow. That was wonderful right there.
Yeah, he really needs to do a curtain call. Like when a pitcher leaves, when he gets pulled for having a gem of a game, he needs to do a curtain call. As Rose Green makes the first foul shot, it cuts the lead. Well, this has definitely been the showcase of the night.
Oh, it has been. And actually, this is the most evenly matched game, clearly. Both these teams are, as you can tell by the scoreboard, they can't really get that large lead that we see in the other games ahead of each other.
I mean, you don't think you'd want to see this in the regular season? This has been fun. It's 56-54. Trent Latham driving that baseline. Mid-range jumper off the front of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Keen Murdoch. 3-on-1. Tolbert up, no good. Look at them just hustling for that. Rose Green. Oh, but he didn't get fouled. That would have tied it. That definitely would have tied it, but Rose Green's going to go the line to try to tie it with foul shots. I'll tell you what, this is the place to be if you're a basketball fan. If you're just itching to see some exciting basketball, come out to the LAN. Every Sunday at 2 o'clock, we've got 5 matchups. And I know they got the playoffs coming up. We got the championship.
They do.
Got a couple more weeks left.
And to Corey Black and his staff, the Pacelli staff, This has just been wonderful.
Yeah,
Corey Black,
they
Calvin Thomas, all of them.
do a phenomenal
yes,
job. Ladies and gentlemen, we are tied once again, 56 all. 6 minutes to go. Pacelli and Carver. Hang on to your hats, folks. Williams. Rowe. Almost got it lost. Keeps it. Williams, top of the key. Back out to Melvin. Melvin gets it blocked by Tolbert. Tolbert. Euro step. No good. Rebounded by Melvin. Over to Latham. Rowe. Spin move. Draws a foul. Are they calling that a push-off? No, they're calling that a foul. Rowe is going to go to the line to try to give Pacelli the lead. I mean, this is what high school basketball is all about.
It's amazing, Richard. Just to point out, this game is just like you said, it's an exhibition game. But when you listen to some of the fans right now, you would think this is for everything. This is for a title. This is for who gets to move on to the playoffs.
It's bragging rights.
But that's the atmosphere that this is creating right now, like you said, with this kind of game.
So if you remember the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League last year, Central and Auburn was supposed to be the championship.
Yep.
They decided not to play because, they just happened to play each other 3 more times in the regular season.
You're absolutely right.
Including in the state playoffs.
Yep.
Actually, 4 more times. They played each other twice in the regular season, once in the region tournament.
Yep.
As Rowe makes them both, Pacelli back up to. Look at them fighting for that. Now Carver gets it back. Coach Allen in attendance watching his Carver Tigers. Although, remember, the coaches cannot coach in this game. They can only be in the stands in attendance. Oh, what a move. That was a pretty good move by Jalen Jacobs. Still with it, Keen Murdoch. Back out to Montgomery. Carver down by 2. Montgomery being guarded by Bush. Jacobs for 3! Carver retakes the lead. It's a 1-point lead for the Carver Tigers, 59-58. Bush looking for the screen, top of the key. Back out to Melvin, inside to Rowe. Bush for 3. He's got the bucket. Jalen Bush gives Pacelli a 2-point lead with 4 minutes to go.
It's going to come down to whoever has the ball last, Richard.
There's a 3-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Rowe or Bush. Long pass, Melvin, 3, no good. Rebounded by Latham. Melvin, back out, Rowe, 3, no good. Good offensive rebound. Oh, and a block by Tolbert. I told you he was good for 3 blocks a game.
Yes, he is.
Oh, and it's stolen. Melvin, all alone, and Pacelli's got a 4-point lead. This has been going back and forth. Carver's going to have to draw something up. Here comes Tony Montgomery, draws the foul. And anytime you need a basket, you put it into the player that is an automatic scoring machine. Tony Montgomery averages 24 points a game. He is one of the best players in the Chattahoochee Valley.
He has a lot of physicality too, Richard.
And physicality.
He's
going to play basketball at Troy. He got a scholarship offer to go play at Troy.
Not afraid to go up on that rim, and I like that.
And guess what? Jacoby Hill's going to Jacksonville State. Can we get Troy, Jacksonville State in the regular season?
I'm telling you, my friend.
Oh, my goodness.
Those are 2 fine schools for basketball.
Yeah, there's no question. 63-60. Montgomery does make 1 of 2. Nice pass to Rowe. Makai Williams, corner 3, got the bucket.
This is the biggest lead for Pacelli in the night.
You know what? You going to collapse the defense on Matthew Melvin? I don't know. Pacelli's got a player by the name of Makai Williams that could make you pay. 66-60. Montgomery all the way to the rack and in. Yeah, that was a basket Carver really needed.
Yeah.
I think the offense is going to go through Tony Montgomery to try to see if they could close this out, cut into the lead. Williams thought about it. Bush back out to Latham. To Bush, guarded by Montgomery. Inside to Rowe. We got a foul. Who's the foul on? T.J. Woodson coming back into the game. Woodson is got. He's going to be a fresh breath of energy because he's been sitting on the bench for a while. I think Woodson is just one of those players that's getting ready to explode. At the moment, it's never too bright for him.
It's the final 2 minutes too, Richard. Carver needs something being down by 4.
Let's see if Carver can get a stop. Down by 4. Melvin. Over to Bush. Back out to Melvin. Almost got it lost. Bush, got to watch out for the feet. Doesn't want to get a turnover here. There's Matthew Melvin being guarded by Woodson. Melvin draws the foul. 1:42 left to go. Pacelli up 66-62, and Matthew Melvin is going to go to the line for 2 to try to make this lead a little bit more comfortable for Pacelli. Georgia Alabama Sports Live, like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League, Week 4. That's a huge miss because that opens up the door for Carver to try to get a 3 and a quick foul. I had a feeling this game was going to come down to the wire.
And so whoever's going to get the basketball last, honestly.
Yeah. Melvin makes 1 of 2. 5-point lead for Pacelli. Carver needs a basket. You got Woodson and Montgomery in the backcourt. Back over to Jacobs. Woodson in the corner. Montgomery. He's going to drive, split the defenders. Nope, he's going to kick it out to Keaton Murdoch. Had a wide open 3, gets his own rebound. Murdoch, what a pass to Tolbert for the jam! Tobias Tolbert. And it's a 3-point lead for Pacelli with 1:19 left to go. Timeout on the floor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You just took the words out of my mouth.
No,
Chris.
no, you're absolutely. And again, man, coming down to the wire.
It's coming down the wire.
And Carver knows after that they're still down by 3. If you're Pacelli, all you have to do is whatever shot you take, make sure it's a guaranteed shot.
Need to get a stop.
Yeah.
Carver needs to get a stop. Whatever defensive play they have, they need to think it now.
Trust me, the coach is telling them right now. Don't let them get the ball down half court. You make sure you get it right here.
I mean, how great is this? We're showcasing the 2 most successful schools in Columbus in the last year.
Yes.
You had Pacelli winning the GIAA championship, Carver going to the Final Four. This is really what the fans want to see. Yeah, Carver's going to go with a full court press. They're taking a page out of Coach Hundley, and it's stolen by T.J. Woodson. Montgomery for 3. And he's got it, and we're tied. Are you kidding me?
Wait.
Oh, but look at that. Just a lapse on defense.
He made a mistake there.
That was a mistake. Jalen Bush gives Pacelli the 2-point lead. They were just napping on defense. Here comes Montgomery. He could take the lead with a 3. There's about a 30-second difference on the shot clock. Woodson, Montgomery, top of the key, splitting the defenders. Montgomery, offensive foul. Are they calling an offensive foul? They call a charge on Tony Montgomery.
They did. They waved it off, yeah.
That was a game changer. He ties it with a 3, and then Jalen Bush was all alone for the basket.
Timeout, Pacelli.
Yeah, we got a timeout. We want to thank our sponsors. The Beck Center, Pepsi, Chattahoochee Valley Community College, Gordy Eye Care, and Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC. Woo!
I'll tell you what, buddy, after this game, I think we'll get me another one of those Gatorades. I'm telling you, this is, I'm about as drenched as much as these players are.
Look, I'm thinking we need to go to Waffle House. I mean, Crazy Chris, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you right now, that actually sounds pretty good.
That segment is golden. And you can catch Crazy Chris on Thrift Behringer's show, Unsolicited Hot Take.
All 3 of us will be on this week.
Oh, man, I can't wait.
Trust me. It's going to be a good one. We're going to have a lot to talk about. College, NFL, and we got to at least mention about some of this, too. This has been fantastic.
This has absolutely been fantastic.
38 seconds left, Richard.
All right, well, Carver needs to stop. You got 3 seconds between the game clock and shot clock. Do you foul here?
That's what I was wondering too.
I'm thinking you foul here.
You're just down by 2.
All right, your best defensive play coming up here. Got to get the foul. Melvin, 34 seconds, and there's the foul. And TJ Woodson is like, I didn't really mean to foul right there. Is it 1-on-1? Yeah, the ref is saying 1-on-1. It's going to be a 1-on-1. Matthew Melvin is going to go to the line for the 1-on-1.
Shout out to Matthew Melvin. He has grown a lot.
I love
now right now.
Yeah.
Just see the growth in him and see how well this and this Pacelli team in general. This is going to be an exciting team to watch.
Oh, and a miss. Tolbert with the rebound. 30 seconds. Carver down by 2. Montgomery. Spin move. Looking to Murdoch and a timeout. 21 seconds left to go. Pacelli leads Carver 69-67. Chris, if you're Carver, do you put it in the player who has been the most clutch? Does Tony Montgomery take the final shot? And is it a 3? Do you want to go for the 3 to just win it all, or do you want to tie it to send it to overtime? Because remember, this has got a time limit. And we don't want to end in a tie. This is not the Major League Baseball All-Star game. We do not want to end in a tie. You got to go for the 3.
If you don't give it to Montgomery, you got to give it to your freshman. Because both of them have been playing fantastic. This whole team is deaf, but this is the moment right here
incredible.
that you always play that scenario in your head. What do you do in this situation?
And this is the moment you could relive over and over on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Of course.
All right, here we go. 21 seconds left to go. Woodson inbounds. Montgomery got it. What is that? Wow. That's off Carver.
Yes.
What a play by Jalen Bush.
What an intelligent basketball play. He saw the ball, he deflected it, and saw it was inbounds.
He stole it.
And threw it off.
Threw it off of TJ Woodson, and now Pacelli's got the ball. Long baseball pass over to Bush. Got a foul, and they do. 14 seconds left to go. Jalen Bush is going to go to the line for the 1-on-1.
It's things like that, Richard. You almost can't coach that.
You can't.
That's just something you have to know. And he saw that and was like, I can get the turnover right here.
Great players step up in the biggest stage when it matters the most. I tell you, that is going to resonate for this upcoming basketball season. He misses it. 13 seconds. Carver can tie or win it with a 3. Murdoch, Woodson, back to Murdoch. 5 seconds. Murdoch puts up a shot. No good. Rebound. Makai Williams, and it's over. Pacelli beats Carver 69-67 in one of the most fantastic finishes you'll ever see in the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League. Chris. Wow.
Oh, I'm speechless just like you, buddy. Trust me. I am greatly speechless. But you know what? Listen. Despite what Carson Beck said last night about moral victories.
There ain't no moral victories in this.
But this is still, win or lose, excellent effort on both teams, man. This was fantastic. Carver came out. They were just that close. Pacelli, neither one of them could get that big lead. They kept going back and forth. This is exactly what you wanted to see.
Absolutely. As everybody's clearing out here, once again, Pacelli beats Carver 69-67. Stay tuned. We got more CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League next week, starting at 4 p.m. I hope to be back. I know on my work conflict, I know the Thrift cannot wait to get back.
Oh, yes.
I can't believe I know he must feel bad that he missed this because he lives for this type of stuff.
Just like anyone else that missed it, he can rewatch it on
He can watch it on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
If you miss any replay of any game, you can always go back and watch it right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
And Matthew Melvin is the player of the game as Coach Corey Black is taking his picture.
His old coach.
Yeah, his old teammate Jaden Ford was the player of the
Yep.
game in the Central game. They beat the Independents. And we also had Upson Lee beat Spencer. So we had 3 games here on the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League. We want to thank our sponsors one last time, the Beck Center, Pepsi, CVCC, Gordy Eye Care, Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC. Man, I drew a blank there. For Chris Gates, I'm Richard Holdridge saying so long from the land, as we'll see you next week for the CB Hoops Perfect Practice Fall League here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Good night, everybody.